What's going on, guys? Jay Tsuro, Jay with the Pay. Hope you're doing well and swell. Today we are back with another video. We're going to be talking about everything you need to know about credit cards. All right, so let's get further and get into it here. All right, guys, so think of a credit card as a high-powered tool in the hands of a master craftsman. It builds a foundation for your entire financial life. It can lock you in to lower interest rates on mortgages, helping you land apartment leases, and even saving you thousands through travel rewards. In the hands of an amateur, it is a reciprocating saw that can tear through your future earnings before you even realize that damage is done. To use this tool effectively, you have got to move past the quote-unquote magic plastic illusion and treat it like a digital extension of your checking account. This is the golden rule, guys. Don't miss this. The statement balance. Most people get ripped off by paying the minimum payment trap. If your bill is $500 and the bank says your minimum payment is $25, paying only $25 is mathematically a disaster. You aren't just paying for what you bought, you are now renting that debt at an interest rate that is likely north of 20% APR. The strategy, you always want to pay the statement balance in full by the due date. This keeps you in the grace period, meaning the bank effectively loans you money for 30 days for free. If you do this every month, you are legally stealing value from the bank in the form of points, cashback, and fraud protection, rather than paying them interest. Understanding credit utilization. This is an important thing that a lot of people miss. Your credit score is largely a measure of how trustworthy you are with borrowed money. One of the biggest factors here is your credit utilization ratio, how much of your available limit you are actually using. So for example, if you have a $1,000 limit and you carry a balance of $900, your score is going to tank, even if you pay it off eventually. To the credit bureaus, that looks like you are maxed out and living on the edge. Make sure to always try and keep your utilization below 30%, ideally below 10% of your total available credit. If you have a small limit, pay off the card mid-cycle before the statement closes to keep that reported balance artificially low. Now, let's get into like needs versus wants, okay? Credit cards make spending feel painless because there's no immediate ouch factor when you tap your phone. To combat this, apply a 24-hour rule. If it isn't a necessity, like groceries, bills, gas, etc., wait 24 hours before putting it on the card. Usually the impulse to buy fades and you'll realize that the item wasn't actually essential. If you can't pay for it in cash today, you shouldn't be buying it on credit today. Protect your credit like it's your reputation. Guys, very important. Your credit score is essentially your adult grading card, so to speak. So it doesn't just mean higher interest rates. It can cost you a job. A lot of employers run credit checks or require you to pay massive deposits for basic utilities. Always try to set up auto pay. Even if you can't pay the full balance, set your account to pay the minimum amount due automatically. This prevents a missed payment, which is the single most damaging thing you can do to your score. A late payment stays on your credit report for 7 years. Don't close old cards. Length of credit history matters. If you have an old card you don't use, keep it open. Maybe put a small subscription on it to keep your average age of accounts high and not to close it. When you choose your credit card, don't chase, high fee prestige cards until your spending habits are bulletproof. Start with no annual fee rewards card that matches your lifestyle. If you buy gas and groceries, get a card that gives you 3% or more back on those specific categories. I'll go more into detail about the actual cards and strategies that I use if you guys want. If you are just starting out, a secured credit card is the best way to prove you're reliable. You put down a deposit, and with that deposit, the banks will essentially provide the credit limit on a card, right? So it is a great tool for convenience and security. Now, only spend what you are already planning to spend on the card. And again, remember to pay off the statement balance if possible. Typically with a secured credit card, you'll graduate within a year, as long as you're making on-time payments and keeping the utilization low. The bottom line here, guys, credit cards are a test of discipline. If you treat your credit limit as an extension of your income, you'll eventually find yourself trapped in a cycle of interest payments. If you treat your credit card as a convenience and security tool, Spending only what you have and paying it off before a single cent of interest accrues, it becomes a silent partner that helps you build wealth and access better opportunities. Be the person who earns rewards from the bank, not the person who pays the bank for the privilege of spending their money. Guys, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you tuning in. I just want to give you guys an overview of credit cards and how they work. We can do a more in-depth guide, and again, going over the exact strategy that I use to get the most amount of points and rewards back in specific spending categories. If that sounds like something you want to see, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.